If you've ever played support in Battlefield 6, you already know. It's not just about tossing ammo boxes and hoping for the best. The support class is the glue that keeps your squad together. You can hold the line, push objectives, or revive fallen teammates right in the chaos. Whether you're fighting for NATO or Pax Armada, a good support player can completely shift the flow of the match with the right setup. In this video, we're diving into the best support loadouts in Battlefield 6. I'll show you 3 different setups, each built for a different playstyle. So whether you like charging forward with your team or locking down an area like a fortress, you'll find something that fits your style. Let's get into the builds and see what makes support one of the most underrated classes in the game. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching. Alright, let's talk about one of the most fun and chaotic ways to play support in Battlefield 6, the aggressive combat medic loadout. This setup is all about getting right in the middle of the action, keeping your teammates alive and somehow staying alive yourself while everything explodes around you. It is not the kind of support build where you sit back and toss ammo from a distance. Nope, this one puts you on the front lines, shoulder to shoulder with your squad. Let's start with your weapon. You can pick a rifle, carbine, or submachine gun depending on your personal style. Rifles give you that nice balance between accuracy and power. Carbines are great for mobility and mid-range fights, and submachine guns absolutely shred in close quarters. If you want something that hits harder but still fits the support role, try the RPKM or DRSIAR. They are technically support's signature weapons, but handle a lot like assault rifles. Perfect for staying mobile while keeping your firepower strong. For gadgets, this setup uses the supply pouch and defibrillator. These are your lifelines, literally. The supply pouch keeps your team stocked on ammo and health, so no one's stuck reloading with an empty mag during a push. And the defibrillator? That's your best friend. Being able to bring fallen teammates back in the middle of a fight can completely turn a match around. Just make sure you clear the area first. Nothing's worse than sprinting in for a revive and getting blasted 2 seconds later. Your grenade of choice here is the smoke grenade, and it's essential. Smokes are what let you move up safely, revive teammates, and cover your team's advance. Especially if you're attacking in breakthrough mode, your smokes can literally be the difference between a successful push and a total wipe. Drop them before you revive, drop them before you reload, drop them when your team needs to move across open ground. You can't go wrong. Finally, run the Combat Medic Field Specialization. This perk set complements your entire playstyle, making you faster and more effective when healing and reviving allies. It basically lets you play like a mini superhero who refuses to let their team fall apart. With this loadout, you're not just a support, you're the heartbeat of the squad. So gear up, grab your defibs, and get ready to make your team love you for keeping them alive through absolute chaos. Now let's move on to a completely different playstyle for the support class, the defensive fire support loadout. If the aggressive combat medic is the heartbeat of the front lines, this one is the calm, calculated firepower in the back. Your main goal here isn't to charge ahead, but to control space, suppress enemies, and make life easier for your teammates pushing up. You're the unsung hero quietly shaping the battlefield from a distance. For your weapon, you'll want either a light machine gun or a sniper rifle. The light machine gun gives you endless suppression potential, letting you lay down constant fire and lock down choke points. Sniper rifles, on the other hand, give you precision and power for picking off key targets and defending your squad from afar. Both work beautifully for this build depending on whether you prefer spraying bullets or landing perfect headshots. Just remember, your job is to make the enemy think twice before peeking their head out. Your gadgets are what make this loadout shine. The MaxGuard 900 deployable cover lets you build your own little fortress anywhere on the map. Combine that with the LWCMS portable mortar, and you've got the tools to control entire lanes. The mortar is especially useful when your team is trying to break through an enemy defense. Rain down shells to disorient, damage, and scatter the opposition. Once the push begins, switch to your weapon and keep their heads down. You'll still want to bring a smoke grenade, even though you're not charging ahead. Smokes give you flexibility. You can obscure your position, cover an ally's retreat, or block a sniper's line of sight. They're especially handy if you get flanked or need to reposition after dropping some mortar shells. And trust me, you will need to move from time to time because a good enemy team will eventually figure out where those mortars are coming from. Lastly, the fire support field specialization ties everything together. It improves weapon handling when mounted, so be sure to equip a bipod on your light machine gun or find cover to steady your aim. This makes you more accurate and stable when defending from behind your deployable cover. If you're finding yourself under heavy grenade pressure, consider swapping that deployable cover for a GPDIS trophy system. It'll save your life more times than you'd expect. Play it smart, control the flow of battle, and you'll be the reason your team's front line never has to look over their shoulder. Alright, now let's talk about one of the most chaotic and honestly one of the most fun. Support builds in Battlefield 6, the Grenadier support loadout. This setup is all about explosions, smoke, and sheer area denial. You're not just here to shoot enemies. You're here to make them panic, scramble, and run for cover. If you like making big booms and watching the enemy team melt under fire and confusion, this is your loadout. When it comes to weapons, you've got a lot of flexibility here. You can go with a rifle, carbine, light machine gun, or even a submachine gun, depending on how close you want to play to the action. Rifles and carbines give you balanced handling for mid-range engagements, while light machine guns pair perfectly with the chaos you're creating. Submachine guns are a blast if you like getting right up in the enemy's face. Honestly, this setup works best when you're constantly moving and applying pressure, so pick the weapon that keeps you in that rhythm. Now, the real stars of this build are your gadgets, the M320A1 smoke launcher and the SIC HG1 incendiary airburst launcher. The smoke launcher is your key to survival. Fire a few rounds ahead of your team to block enemy sightlines and push safely through open areas. Once you're close enough, switch to the incendiary airburst launcher and start raining fire. It's perfect for forcing enemies out of cover, cutting off choke points, or locking down objectives. When the flames are flying and visibility is low, the enemy won't know what hit them. Of course, your frag grenade rounds out the explosive toolkit. Toss them into rooms, trenches, or anywhere you think an enemy might be hiding. Combined with your launchers, you can completely overwhelm defensive positions. And the best part? As a support player, you can use the Goliath supply bag to refill all your gadgets and ammo. Just drop it nearby, wait a few seconds, and you're back to full firepower. Infinite grenades mean infinite chaos, and that's exactly what this build is made for. Finally, you can choose between the fire support or combat medic field specialization. Fire support boosts your weapon stability when mounted, making it great for more defensive positions, while combat medic gives you better healing and team sustain if you're playing closer to the front line. Either way, the Grenadier support loadout turns you into an absolute menace on the battlefield. A walking explosion factory who makes the enemy regret every piece of cover they try to hide behind. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.